All eyes around the state, around the country, around the world are on the Indiana Fever. And Bria, this is going to be...
Caitlin Clark just did in 41 games what took Diana Taurasi 565 to accomplish. Let that sink in. The leap she's making, from rookie to sophomore, might be unlike anything we've ever seen in the history of professional basketball.
There it is! A triple.
While everyone's focused on Caitlin Clark's triple-double, here's what they missed. 11 records were shattered in that game by Clark and the Indiana Fever. I broke down every minute of their demolition of the Chicago Sky, and what I found will leave you speechless. Clark's triple-double. That was just the opening act of a night that rewrote the WNBA history books. If you're riding with Indiana, drop a "I've got the fever" in the comments below. Let's go.
Having the Fever organization be what it is today, like, it is just so fun to be a part of. There's been a lot of anticipation.
You've done a great job in training camp leading to this moment. Enjoy it. Okay, go out there and have some...
While all eyes were locked on Caitlin Clark that night, something truly historic was quietly unfolding, almost unnoticed. DeWanna Bonner stepped onto the court just 7 points shy of basketball immortality. Think about that. 15 years of professional excellence, thousands of buckets, and now, just moments away from becoming the third highest scorer in WNBA history. A legacy built over a decade and a half, now etched into the record books.
The fourth all-time leading scorer in WNBA history. And in her first game with the Fever, will likely move into third all-time. She's currently just 6 points behind Tina Thompson for third on the all-time scoring.
With all the Fever mania surrounding Caitlin Clark, you had to wonder, would anyone even notice the milestone quietly approaching? As the game against Chicago tipped off, that question lingered in the air. DeWanna Bonner, a scoring machine since 2009, had been climbing the all-time ranks with steady brilliance, first in Phoenix, then Connecticut, and now Indiana. And here she was, just 7 points away from passing Tina Thompson to become the third highest scorer in WNBA history. A legendary moment, waiting to be claimed, right in the middle of the madness.
Who knocks it away, Cookies, TV, open court, right side, and she lays it in!
The moment finally arrived in the fourth quarter. DeWanna Bonner stepped to the free throw line, just 2 points away from history. The first shot, nothing but net, tied Tina Thompson's mark, sending a buzz through the crowd. Then came the second. With a smooth release and a soft swish, Bonner etched her name in the record books, 7,489 career points, becoming just the third player in the WNBA's 28-year history to reach that elite scoring summit. A legacy sealed, one free throw at a time.
One more free throw for Bonner. It's in the air, and it's good! DeWanna Bonner now third in WNBA history in scoring. 7,489 points and counting.
Lord, and here's the ovation for Bonner.
What makes DeWanna Bonner's achievement even more remarkable isn't just the numbers, it's the impact behind them. This isn't an aging star clinging to personal milestones. Bonner is a 6-time All-Star and 2-time champion who's actively reshaping the culture in Indiana. She brings championship DNA to a young, hungry roster searching for direction. When Bonner speaks in the locker room, players like Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hull listen. Because she's not just chasing greatness, she's passing it on.
You know, DB is somebody that, is a Hall of Famer, like a legend, not only a good basketball player, a great person, a great leader. The strongest voice in our locker room is hers. And it's fun to have been around here now for about a month just to get to learn from her and soak it in. And I'm really happy she got to do it at the free throw line and all the fans could go crazy and cheer for her because she certainly deserved that moment. And it was really awesome to see and be a part of.
The Indiana crowd rose to its feet in a standing ovation as the PA announcer shared the milestone. In that moment, one thing became clear. Even in an era dominated by viral highlights and rising young superstars, basketball fans still know how to honor greatness that spans generations. DeWanna Bonner's climb to become the third all-time leading scorer in WNBA history wasn't just a personal triumph. It set the tone for what would become a historic, record-shattering night. With just Tina Charles and her 7,696 points left to chase, Borna now stands on the brink of even greater history. But as monumental as her moment was, the night was far from over. Another Fever star was about to take center stage and remind everyone why Indiana's future looks frighteningly bright. Remember when people questioned whether Aaliyah Boston could truly dominate at the pro level? Especially against her former South Carolina teammate, the towering 6 feet 7 inches Camila Cardoso. Well, those critics got their answer, loud and clear, in the most emphatic way possible against Chicago.
Oh, hey, good stuff. Okay, we did a lot of really good things. I thought our defense was really good. And when we had lapses, we played through possessions. All right, so we made things happen. Overall, just hell of an effort.
Entering her 3rd season, Aaliyah Boston came in with a clear mission. She wasn't just aiming to be a great player. She wanted to cement herself as a franchise cornerstone alongside Caitlin Clark. Together, they are the duo set to power Indiana for the next decade, the foundation of something truly special brewing in Indianapolis. But the Chicago frontcourt came in full of confidence, maybe even arrogance. Angel Reese had been vocal all week about her plan to dominate the paint against Boston. Instagram posts, press conferences, even warm-ups. The message was loud and clear. Reese expected to own this matchup. Boston's response? A defensive clinic that left Jaws on the floor. 5 blocks. 5 brutal rejections that sent Chicago's shots flying into the stands, each one sparking cheers from Fever fans, who leapt to their feet and pointed triumphantly at the scoreboard every time Reese rose for a shot. Boston seemed to be everywhere, waiting. Her lockdown defense didn't just rattle the sky. It moved her into 6th place on Indiana Fever's all-time blocks leaderboard. Those 13 rebounds weren't just impressive, they were historic. With that effort, Boston climbed to 8th on the Fever's all-time rebounds list, an incredible feat for a player in just her 3rd season. Think about it, decades of players have hauled in boards for Indiana, and Boston is already cementing herself among the franchise's elite. Her stat line, 19 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 blocks, puts her in truly rare company. She became only the 2nd player in WNBA history to open a season with 15-plus points, 10-plus rebounds, and 5-plus blocks. The first? Natasha Howard back in 2014. That's elite company for anyone, let alone a rising star still early in her career.
Yes, great job of those long arms of Aaliyah Boston here, going up multiple times and then...
The Clark to Boston connection was pure chemistry all night long. Clark kept finding her big with pinpoint passes, whether it was a crisp high-low feed or a perfectly timed bounce pass, setting Boston up for easy buckets. Meanwhile, Boston guarded the rim like it was a vault of state secrets. Every time Chicago thought they found a lane to the basket, Boston slammed the door shut. Angel Reese managed to grab 17 rebounds, but her offense struggled badly. She shot just 5 for 14, constantly battling to score against Boston's perfectly timed contests. What was hyped as a fierce matchup quickly turned into a masterclass in defensive positioning and timing, with Boston clearly holding the edge. But the most jaw-dropping moment of defensive brilliance came when Boston and a teammate combined for a feat never before seen in WNBA opening night history. A partnership so dominant it's forcing scorers and guards across the league to rethink how they attack Indiana's defense. As for Caitlin Clark, what she did against the Sky wasn't just impressive, it was unprecedented. In the 28-year history of the WNBA, no one has ever pulled off what she accomplished that season opener. Not Diana Taurasi, not Sue Bird, not Cheryl Swoops, nobody.
For the season to tip off, it's the Fever against the Chicago Sky. We saw record crowds a season ago, and I'd say they are back and raring to go in 2025.
Clark entered her sophomore season carrying colossal expectations. After smashing 62 records as a rookie and transforming the Fever from a lottery team into legitimate playoff contenders, fans were eager to see what her next act would be. But no one could have predicted what she unleashed against Chicago.
Indiana Fever faced off against the Chicago Sky in a blowout victory, and I have 3 words. Oh my God. Or now you know.
Right from the start, Clark was on fire. Within the first few minutes, she drained a logo 3, the kind of shot that leaves defenders shaking their heads in disbelief. The ball barely kissed the net as it swished through.